as much as I could try to blend in with the wallpaper is what I tried to do. So none of it is anything I would ever wear a second time.
Congrats on the show. Let's dive in with talking about the looks first because I love them. What was your favorite thing about each of your looks? And do you ever take them out for a spin on the town, Pablo?
I do not. I will instead flip this question on its head, and I will highlight my favorite of Timothy's looks. He had an amazing blue jumpsuit that I believe has gone home with him.
That definitely went home with me. And, that is going to be busted out in the neighborhood at some point.
I hope he gets it in every color. For my purpose, when I first met with the costume designer, Bob, we talked about, because I was coming from Halo where I was playing this big soldier guy with a lot of muscle and stuff. And one of my first conversations with Robin, I had to take a meeting with her and kind of convince her that I could play this role because she was like, she knew we had worked on other stuff together, but she's like, he's really big right now, right? He's been training for this role. And I was like, yeah, but I'm going to lose like 30 pounds. We're going to have a mustache and glasses. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And more importantly, like psychologically, I really understand this guy. So we had a whole thing. But when I talked to the costume designer, Bob, I told him, I want you to make me disappear. I want the costume to make me disappear as much as possible. And so all of the looks from Alan's perspective is that he's like in all like beige and khaki, like all his, until he starts to have the affair with Candy, and then he starts to add some like flair here and there. But for the most part, it's really just like as much as I could try to blend in with the wallpaper is what I tried to do. So none of it is anything I would ever wear a second time. To answer your question.
No, there are times I was like, that's Pablo? So Timothy, you took home the blue jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I definitely took home the blue jumpsuit. I think when it comes to Pat and his, I think Pat is the kind of guy, there is one little moment in the show that I really like where Candy compliments a shirt that he's wearing and he has to look down because he doesn't even remember what shirt he is wearing. I think he's a little bit of an absent-minded, engineer in that way. But I also don't think that Pat, one thing that I love is that Pat has some more outrageous, he dresses in brighter colors and he dresses in bigger patterns and stuff like that. And it's almost like Candy is kind of dressing him. I don't think Pat really cares. Outside of his suits, I think like what he wears to work, kind of matters. He wants to be like in a nice suit, but he makes some bold choices that I think really are just like kind of like, oh, hey, honey, you'll look great in this shirt. And he's like, awesome. Yeah. If she likes it, I like it.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like that part in Christmas Vacation when she calls the police. She's like, he was wearing a blue leisure suit.
Yeah, that is what it was.
Yeah.
I also, there's this moment where the kids go to see Empire Strikes Back and they're making all these comments about Han and all this stuff. And it made me wonder, like, what is the movie or franchise that you make sure the kids see? Like, what's that one thing you're like, I've got to take them to see that. I've got to implant this in their brains.
Ooh.
My kids are a little bit too young for it, but I have actually been really excited to show them the original Matrix. Ooh. And we're still a couple years off from that. But I feel like the original Matrix is something I'm very much looking forward to showing them.
That's a good one. I was really into, I had a whole period where I was really into showing my kids like classic 80s comedies, Mel Brooks, Spaceballs is huge in our house.
Yep.
All the John Candy and Steve Martin stuff they love. Actually, one of the biggest hits was Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Great movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
It holds up so well.
Gene Wilder is the best.
The best.
Is the best. I'm out of time, guys, but so awesome talking to you. Congrats on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Take care.